Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Injustice 2 player. And this video is all about conditioning your opponent. We have a part in the Discord that people go to post ideas for content, stuff like that. And this was suggested, I believe, by Insomniac, and I'm just getting around to it now. So if you are new to the channel or something, I do have a playlist called Leveling Up. I'll put it somewhere, a little link to it or something up there. It has a compilation of all the videos that I've done like this, tips and tricks videos. They were kind of done here and there throughout the last year or so. So some of them, the production quality might not be what you're used to, so just be prepared for that. But anyways, let's get into it. So I'm going to do two different scenarios here. I'm going to show you with Firestorm, for example. I'm going to show one with Wonder Woman. So conditioning your opponent is basically getting them used to one certain move or action over and over again. Where's the button? I don't like the button log off when I'm doing videos like this. I keep forgetting to turn it off though. So Firestorm, for example, if I do the 1-1-2, I manage to hit them with the 1-1-2 string. It does frame trap into the 2-2 into a special move, or 2-2 this, and you can also frame traps into the standing 3. Some characters can low profile this. I'm kind of getting away from the point now here, but basically, if you do this and follow it up with a true frame trap every time, your opponent eventually is either going to get hit by it because they're going to try and poke out at the wrong time, or they're just going to sit there and block. So that's where you can kind of take your advantage of what's called conditioning. So let's say you do this twice to them. First time they get hit out of it, and the next time they block it. So now if you do it a third time, chances are they're probably going to block because they got hit out of it the first time. That's when you can do something else. So for example, instead of doing the frame trap of the 1-1-2 into the 2-2 blast, you can do 1-1-2 and then do like a jump 2 into that, which isn't guaranteed, but it is guaranteed because you've conditioned them to block right after this. So they're used to blocking that. And that's when you can kind of mix up things and do things that you don't even have to do the jump. You could just do something like this and try and hit confirm it if it hits them into the molten trap, that kind of deal. You could also do like a 1-1-2 and then throw again because they'll be blocking. That'll end your pressure, so you got to be prepared for that. But as you can see, you just it opens it up for more opportunities for you and your character to take advantage of certain situations. So here's an example with Wonder Woman. So she's got this string here. There's a huge gap in that. So right before the last hit, obviously you can see, but it is like super plus, so you can do something like that into that. But say your opponent knows that there's this gap there and they keep poking you out of that gap, because that's the proper thing to do. Maybe you do it once and it works, and then the second time you do it and they poke out, then the third time you could maybe bounce cancel it. And the armor from your bounce cancel will eat their counter and launch them. So again, that's kind of conditioning them because you've finished the string both times you've done it, and then the third time you hit them with that. So it's conditioning them is different than making a read. If I did this right off the bat, assuming that you didn't know there was, or assuming that you knew there was a gap there, that's just a read. It's not really something I'd recommend, depending on how risky it is to do. Like some characters, like Firestorm, for example, can punish it, but Firestorm is just ridiculous. So, so I've conditioned them with something like this first, especially early on in the match where you have a lot of life. You have a little bit of a time, I guess, to work with. You know, if you have like, you know, maybe 10 or 20 health left, maybe not the best time to start trying to condition your opponent. But to start off early so that you have more chances and more opportunities to take advantage of that. Alright, so I got Captain Cold here. This string here, it's -6. So this is a different example of conditioning your opponent because maybe you don't have plus frames to work with. Captain Cold does, I just chose him because, I don't know. We need to see some Captain Cold, okay? When do you ever see Captain Cold? Here's some Captain Cold. So this is a good tool in the neutral. -6 on block. So after this, it is not your turn necessarily. So you can condition your opponent in this scenario in a couple of ways. So first off, you can just block, and that's fine. Realizing it's their turn. You know, -6 is safe. No one can really punish it. But another option that I would ask you to consider would be to backdash after that. Gets you out of harm's way. The only negative part with that is that if they have any sort of advancing strings, might be a little bit risky, so it might be matchup dependent. But I'll tell you why backdashing is a good idea. So let's say you do this string like 3 times in a match, and every time afterwards you backdash. Oh, can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Back up. Now let's say you're coming down to its clutch. Your opponent has seen that you backdash every single time, so they're going to try and make a read on that, and they're going to dash forward and try to hit you. That's when we would hit them with this. The meter burn back 3 after it, because they're not going to have enough time to hit you out of your meter burn back 3 if they're trying to get to you first. So you've conditioned them that they have to get to you by backdashing every single time after you do that string. And then once meter burn back 3, they try and hit you, you launch them for a combo, you look like a hero because you play Captain Cold and you just made a great read. Doing strings and pressure isn't the only way that you can condition an opponent. For example, if every time that I go here, I use the interactable, and then it comes again to the end of the match, and they see me standing there, they're expecting to try and hit me out of the interactable, and bam, you hit them with the meter burn roll, now you're in. They have to react to the meter burn roll instead of reading that you're going off of the interactable. So just different things like that you know, it's not only pressure, it's movement and you know, kind of things that you do too. Throws are another thing that you can work in. Maybe do a +3 into throw. I kind of covered that already, but you get what I'm saying. And going off of the backdash aspect, you can also just do a down 1, or just start another string. You don't necessarily need to do a meter burn back 3. That's just one example of it, because even though you're -6, they're taking away that negative frames by trying to advance forward on you, and then you can try and hit them with something like that while they're trying to get to you. So anyways, guys, I hope that gives you some tips on how to condition your opponent. I hope it made sense. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because it really helps me out. And subscribe, because we make new videos every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video. And doing strings and stuff isn't the only way that you can doing